Well, hey, it's Sunday, October 30th, and we're back for another part of this header tank mount installation, and we're looking at the clamps that hold the header tank down, those long screw clamps, and we're trying to determine kind of how that's going to work going underneath that header tank mount. Really aren't any instructions for this, so you kind of have to figure it out as you go, I guess. But that's what we're working on today. I think we'll end up probably using some, not real big fan of how the clamp will eventually come around the edge of this aluminum mount plates. I think we'll put some anti-chafe tape on those sides there, wherever that ends up getting located. We'll do that. Also found something in the text manual for the header tank, and this, I've pointed stuff out like this before, but this is for instance, they have an instruction here about locating drilling holes in the header tank for the fuel hoses and whatnot. Talks about drilling it, and then it says thoroughly clean the tank several times where you're rinsing it, and after you do that, you may make sure it's dry, make sure it's clean. You got to make sure it's, you know, perfectly clean and everything. No foreign material in there whatsoever. Then you go down the instructions. Next page. Down here, they tell you to mark the outside of the tank for the sump valve, and then you drill a hole in the tank. It's going to put more debris in there. So if you're doing the header tank, you're probably going to want to wait till you get to step 3 on the header tank sump valve hole location before you actually clean the tank out, because they have you clean it out thoroughly up here, but then you're going to have to do it again down here. So yeah, you could probably skip cleaning it there and do it down here. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to get started on this and see what we get done. Okay, we're starting to get things lined up here for this header tank on the header tank mount, and one thing that it says in there is that you position this header tank so it's just forward, so it's not touching the back, the tubing in the back at station 3. And when we do that, it is a little hard to see here. It's contacting that stiffener on the bottom skin. So what we'll need to do, and it's throwing the tank a little bit off to the side, so we'll take a little bit of that. I'm going to grind a little bit of that stiffener off there to give that some room to move, so that we can get that in there. The other place that it moves is if it's too far back, it's rubbing up against this tube on the other side. It's the bottom sump location is rubbing up against that. So we'll probably actually have to have this a little bit forward from what it says in the book. I don't know, it doesn't specify a measurement, but it just says so it's not touching back there. So, but we'll probably have about a, I don't know, ½ inch or so forward on that tank. we're getting close to installing this mount for the tank, and we've got our tank mount straps. That's what goes around the tank to hold it down to this mount. And I did put we did put, you can see where that notch is there, and you saw it a little earlier. We were putting some anti-chafe across the bottom of that, where those stainless straps are going to go. So I just did an anti-chafe across both of those, and then we'll do the same later when we put the tank in. And then there's the channels that go, these channels that will go on top of the tank, and then this will bend down. That strap comes through here. So we'll do an anti-chafe on these corners here as well before we put that in. Also, I think I mentioned in the previous video, I didn't find any real clear instruction on how this is all supposed to be done, how they want this done, but with the strap going underneath that mount plate, there's stiffener that goes in there underneath, and what I want to do is I didn't want that strap going around that stiffener, because then we've also got the stiffeners that are on the skin, the noise to cut down the vibration noise in the back. It'd be like going in between those stiffeners, and I'm assuming like vibration and whatnot through there. So I decided to we're going to put the strap between the stiffener and this mount piece.
They actually call it a mount angle. Other places they've called it a stiffener. This time they call it
a mount angle. Okay, the mount angle. So we're going to put the strap between the mount angle and this mount plate here underneath, and you can see where this is where I put the anti-chafe here, and it goes all the way across up to that other side right there, and then from there over to here. So don't know if that's right or not, but this is how I'm doing it. It's another nice day today, getting a little cloudy, but actually not too bad. Hey, I forgot to mention, I did get an email yesterday while we were up here working on the airplane. Didn't see it till later, but got an email that our engine is next in line for production. So we're probably about a month out or so from getting our engine. So super excited about that. Okay, wrapping it up for today. We did get the mount plate in, as you saw. Actually seemed to go in pretty well once we got everything figured out where we're going to put it. Just zip tied those straps together until we get the tank put in, but yeah, so we got that taken care of for now. And there's something else totally unrelated that I wanted to show you. Just noticed yesterday this rubber trim that goes around the vertical here, it's got a crack in it already. So I don't know, didn't think I did it wrong, but I put it in there. So yeah, so got a little crack in that. But we're gonna have that carbon fiber fairing on here, and I'll probably just replace that when we take the tail off for paint. So anyways, but kind of just wondering if that's happened to anyone else. What are you snickering
I
at?
thought you said carbon fiber.
Oh, carbon fiber. So that's what we got going on with that, but that's just something I noticed. Hey, everybody have a good afternoon, evening, and thanks for watching, and that's it for now.